Hello out there, you guys. It's Pamela Fagan Hutchins. I'm here with my good friend and frequent live stream collaborator lately, Nicholas Harvey. Nick?
I think we've been on every one so far. People are like, "Hey, show the other people, will you?"
I know. It's like this thriller challenge is just basically a Pamela and Nick challenge. And that is technically not true. There are 7 authors with 14 books, and we just happen to be the yappiest, I guess.
Oh my gosh, that's a claim to fame. So yeah, you're not in France. You're in where are you?
Oh, I'm in Galveston, Texas with my daughter who prefers to remain off camera, and I'm pointing at her, and my granddaughter, who's one that if we're really lucky, she'll get a cameo before we're done, but she's having lunch and came for her first birthday. So I'm just
Very
about
cool.
over the jet lag.
Yeah, in time to go back, right? And get another dose. Yeah.
Totally. What about you? Where are you RV'd up these days?
We're in Isla Morada. We came here from the NINC author conference that was in St. Pete Beach about a month ago, maybe a little longer than that now. And we came down to Isla Morada. I have a dive event that I do where my A.J. Bailey books are based around scuba diving in the Cayman Islands. And I have readers of the books who are divers, and they come down and join us. We had about 21 people come and join us for 2 days of diving, and we had a ton of fun. That was really cool. So we're hanging out here until probably late November, I think, maybe even early December, and we'll go over to the Cayman Islands and spend the winter there.
Nice. From there. So this is an annual event, the A.J. Bailey diving event?
Well, we've done 2, so I guess it is, yes. But it seemed real convenient to do it after NINC, but we've chosen. Hey, see, we do have other people. There they are.
Renee, hello.
Hi, Renee. Yeah. So we're doing it in hurricane season. So we've been really lucky. This year we did it between Helene and Milton, and we kind of slipped it in and got lucky. But so I'm going to look at a different time of year next year. But yeah, it's becoming an annual event. We have people fly over from the UK, all over America, come to do it.
I love it.
It's really cool. I'm blessed to be able to do it. Yeah.
I did a reader event like that in Wyoming a few years ago, and then didn't do it again, but it was a contest. People entered to see who could, come and stay at our lodge and spend a week living the life of one of the characters in my books. And it was so much fun. I've got to say, I'm really hoping to do it again once we're back from all of our world travels. Oh my gosh, speaking of world travels, my husband actually just commented, "Hi, honey, I'm not home." There we go. Over in France. And so are you writing while you're in the Keys?
Oh yeah. I write pretty much every day. So yeah, and it's great. We're staying in this RV park that's by the ocean. I'm over there is the ocean. If I could orientate myself a little better, I could probably get a backdrop of the water. But it's but it's been really windy down here lately, so we haven't been out diving since the dive event. Actually, we're dying to get in the water again.
I bet you are, but it's good timing, right? Because aren't you release day? Is it this day? The Festive Summer releases.
Festive Summer went live today, and the coolest thing we can release today, and it's all over my social media. So if you haven't heard about it, go to my Facebook page and have a look. Lisa Reagan has a cameo in the book. So the book is based around an author coming to the Cayman Islands to release a book, and the story rolls from there. And Nora Summer ends up having to look after her while she's there, keep an eye on her, and of course things go awry. So Lisa was really cool. I asked her, and I expected her to go, "No, you're not putting me in a book," and she went, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." So find out what I did to Lisa.
I love it.
in the story.
I got kind of a preview when I was chatting with Lisa and Nick last week about that you played fast and loose with her character. I mean, you really charactered up with Lisa and with Mr. Phillip, her Boston Terrier.
That was the coolest part, actually, trying to sort of put Lisa's voice in it. I've never met Lisa face to face. She's an angel. She's been on our podcasts, Doug and my podcast, a couple of times. I know you know her well. And we've spoken several times and stuff. So I've got this general idea of how she comes across. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to try and get this to work and get the voice. And she had a couple of I sent her the manuscript, and she only had a couple of things she's like, I wouldn't say that. It's like, yeah, I went a bit English on that. And and altered a couple of things. But Mr. P steals the show. It's Nora's reaction with Mr. P is pretty fun. So I had a lot of
I can't wait.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Nick told me before we came on that the audio is being recorded right now, and I'm an audio listener more than a reader, and so he said that he's going to get it to me as fast as he can, and I almost can't wait because I love Nora anyway. But Nora and Mr. Phillip is like, that's like over the top. We do have a question from Renee about, have you been scuba diving most of your life?
No, I was a late bloomer.
You were a race car driver first.
Yeah, I kind of did that. And growing up in England, you know, the water there is murky and choppy and rough and like it's what's underneath there kind of thing. And so I always kind of had that. I don't really know what's underneath there, so I'm not going under. And
it's cold.
and it's cold, yeah. So there wasn't much incentive. But when I came to America, a friend of mine had scuba gear, and I borrowed it and swam around in his pool. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool, using the gear and everything else. And then when I met Cheryl had been on Discover Scuba Diving, which is basically the quick, sampler you get. It used to be called a resort course. And she'd done that a couple of times. She goes, you'd love it. I'm like, yeah, but what's under there? So we were in Grand Cayman on holiday after we were married a couple of years. And she's like, let's try it. I'm like, okay. And of course, I instantly fell in love with it. So I have been diving for now, what year is it? 24. So about 23 years. Yeah.
Yeah. It may be that long since I've scuba dived. I used to do it a lot. I lived in the Caribbean. But I really started there mostly snorkeling and ocean swimming with my husband, who's really into suffering, so it was like swimming for exercise as opposed to for looking for fish.
Right.
So, yeah. I ruined it.
Now, you have stuff going on too, don't you? You had a book bub. You've got a book on 99-cent deal.
I do. Her Silent Bones, which is the first book in the Delaney Pace series, is for 99 cents. I don't know how much longer, but it won't be long. And I had a book bub this week. It went to top 100 in the US.
That's
huge. I love it. And then there is actually a tie to our Autumn Thriller Challenge, which is that it's the first book in the series of which you're reading the third book in the series for the Autumn Thriller Challenge. And so just as a reminder real quick to everybody, we are on because we're running this Autumn Thriller Reading Challenge, and it's going on through November 16th. It is something that you can enter by going to the link on the screen. And I'm going to give you another way to do it, which is it's on all our social media pages. So Lisa Reagan, Nick Harvey, Drew Strickland, Douglas Pratt, myself, Libby Fisher-Hellman, and who did I leave out? Denise Grover Swank are all the authors that are participating. We each have 2 books in the challenge for a total of 14 books. This is Nick's week to be featured. So we are talking about his Deadly Summer, which is the first of his Nora Roberts books. Nora Roberts. Why did I do that? Nora Summer books. And because you collaborated with Nora Roberts on these, right? It's a co-writing.
I wish.
Not right. Not really. But
she wishes.
Yeah, she wishes. But Nora Summers and that summer. And then that's the first book in the series for which he's releasing number 7 or 8 today.
Festive is 7. Yeah. And Deadly Summer right now is in Kindle Unlimited. Of course, you can always apply and try and get through libraries. They'll get it for you normally. But it's also, the ebook is 99 cents this week.
Fantastic.
In celebration of the release of Festive.
I love that. And so with his Nora Summer series, with my Delaney Pace series, both of those are also in Kindle Unlimited. So for those that are subscribers, even though it's a great deal to buy it and own it right now, you can read it as part of your subscription, no additional charge. And then you want to tell them a little bit about Spitfire Storm?
Sure. Yeah. Spitfire Storm is book 16 in the AJ Bailey series. And she's a dive boat operator in the Cayman Islands. They're more adventure mysteries. So I do a lot of dual timeline, which Spitfire Storm is. So it tells this backstory of a female ATA pilot in World War II in the UK. And then the current day is AJ and her group all diving to recover a container that was tossed off a ship in a storm, and they're trying to recover some of the goods that were on board that. And of course, the two stories make their way to merge together at the end of it. And it's I really, really enjoyed writing it. I'm kind of a history guy, and World War II and Battle of Britain, RAF kind of enthusiast, I suppose you'd say. And so I've been dying to write this backstory for ages. It's been in the back of my mind. So I finally got it done. I love it.
That's cool. And of course, it's a tie now back to what we were talking about earlier, which is the AJ Bailey Dive Experience Week with Nick.
Yeah.
So very cool. I love it. And so I'm going to just use this opportunity to also mention that with my Delaney Pace series, in addition to having the book rocket into the top 100 this week and having one of them in the challenge, I just had one release. It's called Her Forgotten Shadow. And I'm really pleased with this. I keep getting messages from my editor saying exceeds expectations, selling more than we even thought it would. So
Brilliant.
Those of you that are making this happen, I love you. I love you. And in fact, I love you so much that I would give you my firstborn grandchild if I could, but he's not here. He's at school. So anyway, I really appreciate it. And I'm trying to think what other exciting news you and I have. How much longer are you going to be in the Keys?
It's good question. Good question. And until we leave is often a reply I give to that sort of thing. We're nomads. That's what we do. So no, we're actually planning on spending the winter or 3 months of the winter in Grand Cayman, and both working from there. We both work full time. So we work remotely. We just have to kind of stay, or my wife has to stay on East Coast time. So, and we always go to the Grand Cayman every year for at least a period of time. So, but we got a little place that's we're waiting to be finished there. When I say little, I'm not kidding. It's little, and I am living in an RV, so I know what little is. It's a little more than a tiny house, a little bit bigger than our RV, but it's still very small, and it's not flash at all. But it's being built, and of course, it's island time. So when they say it'll be done in August, that means November. So once it's done, we're going to store everything and fly on over, and we'll spend about 3 months over there.
So that'll be your place then for forever? Like that's a place that you'll return to every time you go to the Caymans, or is it? For now at least. It'll be, we can only stay there because of residency paperwork. We can only stay there 6 months out of 12. So the plan is to go there in 3-month blocks. So we'll do 3 months there, 3 months somewhere else, either back in the US traveling in the RV or somewhere else. And then cozy. Thank you, Renee. That's the word. It's cozy is the word I was looking for. I wasn't really sure what Doug's comment, where he was going with that. So I was just trying to rush past it. Thank you, Renee, for coming along and taking us away from what we never can be sure with Doug.
Oh, I'm very sure what he's trying to say. And I'm going to get him back because we're about to go on our podcast and record. So he's got it coming.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, let's see. So we're halfway through the challenge at this point. Let's see. It's October. What is it? It's October.
We're over halfway, I think.
Yeah, over halfway. So what that means is for those of you that already read a lot of our books and are just now kicking into doing some of them, that you're right on schedule. And we get the question a lot about, what if I've already read the books you have in the challenge? And Nick has a great answer for that. Nick's like, what?
I'm typing a reply to Doug.
I'll answer. How's that? Is it better?
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Oh, we've got a bonjour from Ida. Hi, bonjour, bonjour. It's almost bonsoir now for me. So bonjour. And so if you've already read the books by one of the authors, you can still go into the app where you log your entries, and you can claim credit for having read those just by doing the entries. Did you guys hear my granddaughter just then? Yeah. She's beating on something. Anyway, you can claim credit for the entries, but the way to enter is really by doing the activities that are specified. So you read the book, and then to show you've read the book, you go on to social media and you post a picture from your Kindle or a picture of the book in your house or something like that. And you hashtag it with the hashtag on the screen here, hashtag Autumn Thriller Challenge. And then we're able to validate the entries because we really think it's important that only the people that actually have fulfilled the activities are the ones that win. There's a lot of cheating that goes on in some of these online contests, and we're just not going to let that happen because the prizes are big. What do we have for the winners, Doug? I mean, Doug, Nick. I'm thinking about you talking to Doug a second ago.
Well, there's an all expense paid trip to Hawaii that Doug.
That Doug's paying for.
See, I got him back. No, there's a $200. Hey, there's Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, dear. Thank God you survived your ordeal.
In the book.
Yeah, in the book. So $200 gift certificate, and then we have signed books, and then we have more signed books, and then we have a set of the ebooks going out. So those things on the screen right there. And yeah, cool stuff.
The books that we're giving away, because the person that wins will ostensibly have read the 14 books in the challenge. So each author is donating a different book so that you get an additional reading experience out of this, because inherently reading great books is a wonderful way to enter a contest and practically is a gift in and of itself, right? I shouldn't say that about my own books, but the other 6 authors. And so we want to be sure that you are given the experience of reading other books as well. A few more comments coming in. And I'm always scared now to click on Doug's. I hear 2 nights stay in Cayman in a tiny house, Doug, in a tiny house. So, anyway, you guys, Doug is really on a roll. You should. Yes, I am. I'm terrified. So you guys be sure to go out and check out on our social media pages, the different posts for this contest, or just use the link on the screen to get out to the entry page and then get out to that reading list, see the books that are in it, all of which are either discounted or already at an attractive price or in Kindle Unlimited. And you can go out and do the entries in the app that you can access through the entry page. Great big button that says click here to enter. You've got this. Cool. It does look like we're still getting more comments in. This is a chatty group today.
It is. This is awesome. I'm not in this challenge to win, but to read good books by new authors for me. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, that's superb. Thank you, Sandra.
I think, Sandra, you said you've already read Nick's books in the challenge, if I'm not wrong, from a comment I saw you make on, yay, thank you, Jan, on Facebook. So
that's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mom.
See the picture? You're riding a horse. She's a very horsey person.
So back in the UK?
No, she's actually not far from you. She's south of you in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, wow. So my neighbor. Very cool.
Eric, if you win, you should hold him to it.
That's right. We're going to Hawaii on Doug. Read up, babe. Read up. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and listening to us yap. I highly recommend Nick's books. I'm going to go ahead and admit I handpicked the people that are in this challenge, so I really highly recommend all their books. But I highly recommend Nick's books. I'm going to throw in one more thing, which is if you're an audiobook listener, I really love the narration for the Nora books, and it's a real treat. So if you're looking for a new way to experience it, that would be a great way to do it.
Thank you so much, Pam. That's very, very kind of you. Kim does an amazing job narrating both my series, so I love it to death.
Yeah, I'm going to have to now listen to her AJ Bailey editions. So, well, and thank you to everyone who's now showering us with congratulations and thank yous and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in a week when I'm talking to Libby Fisher-Hellman about her books in the challenge.
Safe travels, Pamela. See everyone. Thanks for dropping in.
Hope the sun comes out for you so you can do some diving.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.